Hello everyone, I hope you're all having a wonderful day. Today is going to be my first update to my No Pan Left Behind series in which I am featuring my singles collection. I started this project because I did not use very many of my singles last year, which is a shame because my singles are some of the nicest and prettiest and sparkliest and most lovely shadows in my entire collection. So I have been having a lot of fun with this. When in my introduction in January, I rolled in 25 eyeshadows. I didn't mean to roll in so many, but I was trying to fill up a magnetic palette of my singles and I kept rolling in creams. So I ended up with a lot of cream shadows as well, which is fine. And I ended up using a lot of those last month. So in this update, I'm gonna go through the shadows that I've used. If I have looks to share, I will share those. And at the end, I will randomly generate some more shadows to try and use them next month. I am a bit stuffy. I can hear it. I'm sure you guys can hear it, but I'm gonna try my best to edit out sniffles because I can't stand that sound personally, so I'll try to spare you. First, let's go through all the cream shadows I managed to reach for. I used my e.l.f. liquid shadow. This is the shade Disco Queen. This is actually a wonderful one to pull in the winter. It's very beautiful and sparkly, and I was actually a little surprised when I reached for it. I think it is starting to dry out a little bit, but this is one of those products that should be very, very easy to revive. I don't currently own Duraline. Maybe I'll finally order it. It's not dried out yet, but I'm thinking this might be one of those products that next time I use it might be completely dried out. But I enjoyed reaching for this very sparkly, icy, pretty shade. I also reached for my Natasha Denona Chroma Crystal Top Coat in Peach. I love this product. Generally, this is something I would wear in the spring or the summer, but my goodness, any excuse I have, honestly, to reach for this product, I do. I love this. I also reached for Charlotte Tilbury Oyster Pearl. This is another product I love to pieces, so it was a joy to reach for it. To give myself an excuse, essentially. This is another one of those products that I don't know. I tell myself, I don't say that I need to wait for a special occasion, but this is one of those products that for some reason in my mind, it's very kind of like special occasion makeup, and I need to get over that because this is going to last a long time if it doesn't dry out first, and it's beautiful. I also reached for my Prismetal Chrome Eye Mousse. I can remember what it's called. This is from JCat Beauty. I have the shade Melted Crystal. I was really happy with how this wore. I hadn't reached for this in such a long time. I couldn't remember how it wore, and it actually did very well for me. It didn't crease, and even though I didn't wear it for like a full day of makeup, it was still a pretty good wear test. This is another color I would normally wear in the spring or the summertime, but it still made me happy to reach for it and happy to get reacquainted with this very nice, affordable eyeshadow as well. I also used my Auric Duo. I have the shade Defiance. This is a shadow I sometimes have trouble reaching for because it ends up looking so glam, and I just don't need something super glam on an everyday basis. But I have to admit, I really enjoyed wearing this. It is very beautiful. Another product I should reach for more often. So it was really nice to reach for this during this project. I actually reached for a few more cream shadows that weren't in this project, so I'm going to show them to you, and I'm going to take them out of the spreadsheet since I did use them this year. Obviously, if they're out of the spreadsheet, I can still use them more during the year. I just don't want to roll it in again into this project. So this little mini caviar stick from Laura Mercier, this is the shade Au Naturel, and I actually tried to pan this last year, and then I took it out of the project because I love it so much. I figured that if I finished it, I would just go buy a new one, and I'm like, I'm not ready to do that yet. This is one of my favorites to wear when I'm traveling, when I know I'm going to want a little something on my eyes. This is glorious. I can trust it to never crease, and it's very easy to just slide it on like this, pat it out with your fingers, and it's like an instantly sophisticated single eyeshadow look. I love this product. I also reached for this one from Tom Ford. So I actually don't know how to pronounce this. It looks like it should be opal, but there's an E at the end. So is it pronounced opale? Opali? Opal? I have no idea. But this is a very, very soft, practically sheer shimmery cream shadow. So this was included in a very generous gift from a subscriber, so I was super interested to try it. Look at how pretty that is. I was actually very, very pleased with how it looked on my eyelid. This is the type of formula that creases on me, but I was experimenting with using just a little bit of setting powder over the top, just a little bit, because I didn't want my eyeshadow to look dried out. I mean, one of the nice things about a cream eyeshadow like this is how beautiful and luminous it looks on the lid. And that, just using a little dusting of powder, actually worked. This lasted longer on my lid than usual, and I just felt very pretty, very ethereal. Thank you again to my subscriber. Absolutely beautiful. Same with this shade from Victoria Beckham. So I was testing out the shade Mink last month. This is an incredibly pigmented eyeshadow. This is one that is so creamy. This is not an actual cream, it's more like a pressed pigment, but you can see how pigmented that is. I barely touched my finger to it, and it's super spreadable. So the way I wore it was just a tiny little bit. I started on the outer corner of my eye and then gently spread it over my eye so that it wasn't quite so dark. It was beautiful, gorgeous. It did want to crease on me, so this is another one I need to be careful with that, but it definitely feels like a luxury product, very luxe packaging as well. So anyway, those were all the cream eyeshadows I used last month. Now I will show you powders. Let's maybe start with the ones that I'm wearing right now. So all the ones that I wore last month, I put in this little palette. So today I'm wearing this depotted shade from e.l.f. Through My Crease. That's the shade Truffle. It's from the New Classics palette. And then all over my lid, I have this beautiful shade from Glam Shop called Beetle. And it's a beautiful blue-brown. I love a blue-brown. Oh, it's gorgeous. I think that this is a discontinued shade. Last time I tried to find it on Glam Shop's website, I couldn't find it, but oh my goodness gracious, do I love that. Another look I put together was using these three shadows. This matte is from Sydney Grace. This is the shade San Jose. Then I very sheerly put this beautiful purple on my outer corner. That's called Purple Bean, I think, from Glam Shop. And then I use this beautiful shade called White Gold, also from Glam Shop, on the inner part of my eyelid, and I love this combination of gold and purple and neutral. That turned out looking so good. I really enjoyed that eyeshadow look. Another color combo that I just loved was this Makeup Geek matte. This is the shade Bedrock, and then I used this shade from Kaja. This is the second shade from the Rosewater trio, and I put that all over my lid, and that actually felt so ethereal and very wintry, winter fairy-esque. Man, did I love that look. Right about when I made that look, I was just like really enjoying my decision to do this project this year and rediscovering all these beautiful singles. And then this one over here is Sydney Grace Tiara. I paired it with some mattes from a random palette. And as always, I wear that one super sheared out because otherwise it's in a very intense silver look, which I don't always appreciate a super intense silver look, but I really like the base taupey color of this eyeshadow. So when you wear it sheared out, you can see the base more, and I think it's so beautiful. These beautiful pressed pigments from Sydney Grace, when you wear them sheared out, they look like a cream shadow. They're very creamy and beautiful. So those are the ones I reached for. I'm very pleased. So this is the palette that I had them all in, and so these are the ones I haven't reached for yet. So there's 10 shadows left, but I do have space now to roll for some more and put some more in here. I never have a goal of how many I'm actually going to reach for, just because a lot of my singles are different sizes. So especially if I roll in some from Give Me Glow, those are gigantic. I think only 1 or 2 or maybe 3 would fit in here. So let's do that now. Let's roll in some new shadows, always the most exciting part. All right, I'm gonna screen record. I have random.org open. I have numbers 1 through 168 open. So let's go ahead and generate the first number. Number 92. Scroll on down and see what that is. Okay, that's a Sydney Grace shade in the shade Lovely Lavender. I don't even know what that is. I'm excited to find out. I wonder if it's a matte. Maybe that's why I don't remember it. No, I couldn't find it in the mattes. Let's see if it's here. Aha, it is a beautiful purple, which makes sense from the name. Look at that. Holy moly. This is not a color I wear very often, but this is a great time of year to reach for a purple like this. Wow. There's Sydney Grace Lovely Lavender. Okay, let's generate again. 168, but that's got to be one of my newest ones. I'm really excited about that, actually. Oh, actually, funny story about this one. So a subscriber gifted me a whole bunch of shadows from Give Me Glow, which is exciting to me because I have some of their shadows already and I love them. But unfortunately, some of them came shattered, completely shattered, and I couldn't save them. So what I ended up doing was taking a whole bunch of the shattered mess and pressing it into one of the pans. So this is the Franken Give Me Glow shadow. I mean, it's gorgeous, but the shades that are included in this are from Pink Champagne, Just Peachy, Roses Remix, and Ballerina. So, oh my goodness, it's absolutely beautiful. This will be a fun one to reach for. Look at that. Wow, Give Me Glow has some of the most intense shimmers. That is going to be such a beautiful pink. All right, let's see how this will fit in here. Oh, good. There will be room right there for it. All right, next number 39. So that is another Sydney Grace shadow. Oh, that's one of my favorites. That's Peace. Even though I had a hard time reaching for singles last year, this was one of the ones I reached for the most. You'll see why once I swatch it. Peace is glorious. All right, we've got room for more. Let's keep generating. 124. That is a Phytosurgence cream shadow. Excellent. This is the shade Oxidized Olive. And how fortuitous, because in my declutter that I just did, I was swatching this and saying that I needed to use it more often. Well, here is my chance. So this is from their Weathered Woods collection. It's a very beautiful, cool toned neutral. That is Oxidized Olive. Ooh, beautiful. Exciting, exciting. All right, generate again. 166. That is another Give Me Glow shade, one of my new ones from the subscriber. So this is the shade Pink Champagne. So this is halfway shattered. This was one of the casualties, but there was still so much shadow in here. I'm like, no, I can absolutely still put that into my collection. I just gotta be careful with it. But oh my goodness, these shadows are so lovely. Look at that. Holy cannoli, I love it. Pink Champagne, but that might end up taking up the rest of the space in this palette. Yeah, I don't think anything will fit over here. So I only had 5 more shadows rolled in for this round, but that's okay. There was still a ton I didn't reach for from last time. Oh, I didn't mention the cream shadows that were rolled in last time that I still hadn't reached for. So this pressed pigment from L'Oreal, this cream shadow from Sydney Grace, those are still out on my vanity waiting for me to use them. So even though I didn't get to roll in too many more, that's okay. It'll give me a chance to hopefully get through more of these. I'm so excited to use those from Give Me Glow. Wow. Get a nice close-up of some of those so you can see how beautiful they are. Thank you so much for watching. You've made it to the end of the video, which means you get to hear about my tea of the day. So I found this brand at Walmart and I couldn't remember if I'd ever tried it. And I love jasmine, so I decided to pick this up. This is from Numi. This is their jasmine green tea. I think it's good. It's got good jasmine flavor. Maybe not quite as good as others that I have tried, but still pretty good for something you can get at Walmart. Yeah, I'll have no problem drinking the rest of the box. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you again very soon in my next one. Bye.